Hey, it's been a while since my last video, but sometimes life gets in the way, and September is usually a very busy month for me professionally, and it was indeed. And there were some other personal stuff going on, and I've not been in a great mood for comics or YouTube. Um, but in the meanwhile, I reached 100 subscribers, and that's cool. I'm not throwing away a contest or anything like that. I just want to say thank you, and thank you especially to those who who constant who constantly watch and comment my videos. Um, that interaction is the best part of this YouTube affair, and I've been very blessed with the the people that always come by. So I would like to thank um, Gorvidal and Sleepy Reader and Earl Grey, Samuel Trejo, um, and Paulo Costa, Johnny da Costa, and um, Dr. Von Chile, who was my first subscriber, and Moggy, and 64 Page Special, Howler Mouse, and Crouch, and I'm probably missing someone from my regular viewers, but really thank you. And a very, very special thanks to Elvis Kozovic. Elvis went through the Sandman series along with me, and that was fantastic. Um, his um, his partnership really made um, my reading of Sandman much more interesting, much more enriching. And we are done with Sandman, and I will soon start a series on Promethea, Alan Moore's and J.H. Williams the third Promethea, and Elvis Kozovic is going to read it with me. And if any of you guys would like to jump aboard, that would be excellent. Um, in September, the only thing I read was Witches by Snyder and Jock, and with colors by Hollingsworth. And I was initially very drawn to the visuals on this book, but I ended up not loving it. The story um, turned out not as good as I was expecting, and Hollingsworth colors just made me a little sick by the end of the book. It all became too much. In, in the beginning, there is some criteria to the coloring, and the normal life, um, quiet parts of the book are not so overwhelmingly painted. But after a while, there's color everywhere, and I just find it too much. Very often, less is more, and this ends up not being a very memorable book for me, but not bad. And just this week, I got a little hole in a Facebook auction of, of Portuguese comics, and I got some of the old Brazilian little comics I used to enjoy as a kid. And nowadays it is almost impossible for me to read any of these, but I still like to get them and to um, fill in uh, the gaps in my collection. Some Red Sonja with art by Frank Thorne, which is wonderful. and I like to complete my favorite runs. Um, this one is an amazing little book. It has the death of Electra, and then Claremont, Claremont and Burns X-Men, the story in which they fight Proteus, which is X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 127, I think, and then again a Frank Torrance Red Sonja. And Frog Thor. And then a Punisher story. Okay. And this one I already read a couple days ago. Grant Morrison's Animal Man. This is issue 5 or 6, the Coyote's Gospel. And this is a very cool little story. Really, really cool. And then in that auction, I also got some European albums. The Stone Ship, written by Pierre Christine with art by Anki Bilal, and this was one of the very few Anki Bilal books I was missing in my collection, so I'm very pleased with it. I really like these early Anki Bilal's works. I don't like his recent books as much as I like his old stuff. And then these two books by Bourgeon, one of my favorite authors. And this is Dawn Company. I believe this was published in English during the 90s, but it's probably very hard to find. And these are volumes 1 and 2, and I had volume 3 on my shelves, unread, for maybe 15 years, maybe 20. I have always been looking for these first 2 volumes, and I just got them now. And last night I read this first volume and loved it. The art is beautiful, and the story is very nice, and there are some amazing dialogues going on. I'm really having a blast with this series. And I hope to dive on the second volume tonight. And then a Michel Vaillant album. Michel Vaillant is a series mainly about racing sports, and especially about Formula One. And I like it. So I expect things to reach some normality level now, and I will start the Prometheus series, and maybe I should do a final video on Sandman, just with my overall impressions or analysis of the series, but I will probably need to be in a very chatty mode for that video, so I'm not sure if I am gonna do it or not, or when it will happen. Anyway, I just wanted to check in, really. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.